What is up, everybody? Welcome to Sports Look. This is my pre-combine. I'm actually doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday the 19th, so you got that exact date. Pre-combine 2017 NFL mock draft, and everything's going to be in the description box below, so you can go down and check it out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be doing a lot more NFL free agency, draft, off-season combine, all that shit videos. So just be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be coming up. So this is the thing to kick it off. First mock draft of the year. Everything's set in stone. All the draft order. Combine hasn't happened yet, which is gonna determine a lot of where these guys go. So please don't roast me if something happens. Yeah, again, nothing set in stone. So we're gonna get right into this. I'm gonna skip some of the kind of like the more agreed upon picks. So like for example, I'm gonna skip the Browns pick, number 1. Everyone knows Myles Garrett's gonna go there. And I'm only gonna touch on maybe like 1 or 2 things for each team that I do decide to talk about, just to keep this video under 10 minutes, because I've seen mock drafts where it goes for like an hour, and that shit is really annoying to skim through and try and find your certain team, because people tend to drag on about certain points. So I'm not going to try and do that, and we're going to get right into this. The first kind of bump in the road I have is Malik Hooker to Chicago. I know I've seen some people have it in other mock drafts, but this is the move to me because Malik Hooker and Chicago is in the NFC North. The NFC North has Aaron Rodgers, Matt Stafford, and Sam Bradford. All right, I know that Sam Bradford isn't a good quarterback, or he's a good quarterback. He's not going to sling the rock like 40, 50 yards downfield, but Chicago needs a center fielder that can just cover the entire back end, and I think Malik Hooker is the only person in this draft, and possibly the only person since like Ed Reed, to be able to lock down the entire field by himself. Alright, so Malik Hooker is the move at number 3. That's the first mix-up. Number 7, I have Cam Robinson going. Most people, or I've seen some people have San Diego taking a safety or a safety or a linebacker or a wide receiver. I do not have any of those guys going. I have Cam Robinson from Alabama going. Alright, Cam is the best offensive lineman in this draft, in my opinion, right? And San Diego has absolutely no offensive line. So I don't think that you play Cam at left tackle, because I think he's a little bit too slow to play left tackle, but he's for damn sure a good right tackle, and if you slot him in at guard, he can be a very, very elite guard from day 1. So you have that whole position locked up for the next 10 years, because Cam is going to be there for the next 10 years. Let me guarantee you that. If you draft Cam as a guard, he's going to be elite. Cincinnati. I have Cincinnati taking Solomon Thomas ahead of Johnathan Allen, alright? And the reason why is because I think that Johnathan Allen is going to be the player to fall. Alright? I think Johnathan Allen is going to be the player to fall here. There's like 4 teams that could potentially take Johnathan Allen in the top 12. That would be the Jags, the Bears, the Niners, and probably the Bengals, right? But I think that Solomon Thomas is going to have such a good combine that the Bengals are going to take Solomon Thomas ahead of Johnathan Allen, and I actually have Johnathan Allen falling to the Saints at number 11. And the only reason I have the Saints taking him is because the Saints just need the best defensive player on the board at that point, because their defense is awful, god-awful trash, and Johnathan Allen could be a massive steal here at number 11. Johnathan Allen could be the best player in this draft, and you're getting him at number 11. That's extremely good. I have the Browns taking Deshaun Watson. I think that the Browns reach for a quarterback in this draft, or they just trade it for Jimmy Garoppolo. But the Browns, from what I've read and from what I've heard around the league, is that the Browns are looking to draft a quarterback in this draft, and Hugh Jackson really likes Deshaun Watson. That's from what I've heard. We'll know more about it after the combine, but I think that Deshaun will be there at 12, and I think the Browns do grab him with that first-round pick. Arizona, I have Mike Williams. I know that people don't like Arizona taking a wide receiver here, but Larry Fitzgerald is old. All right, I know Arizona Cardinals fans don't like to hear that, but Larry Fitzgerald is old, and Mike Williams is young. So that's basically the idea here. Mike Williams will infuse youth into that offense. Tim Williams I have at 14. That's pretty standard. I have Malik Mcdowell going to the Washington Redskins. I don't really see Malik going in the first round, actually. I actually saw a couple of mocks where Malik didn't even go in the first round. I was really surprised about that because I think Malik Mcdowell is a top 5 defensive lineman in this whole draft. Like, this whole thing, he's probably a top 5 guy. So, I definitely think he's better than, like, Montravius Allen or some of those guys. Next kind of surprise here. I got Reuben Foster falling all the way to 21. Right? Reuben Foster is the best linebacker in this draft. It's not even a question. But I feel like the middle linebacker position has been certainly devalued in the last couple of years. I'm not sure why, but it has. So Detroit gets an absolute steal here with Reuben Foster. I think someone's got to slip, and I think Reuben Foster is going to be the guy that slips. After him, Miami takes David Njoku out of Miami. So the University of Miami Njoku is going to go to the Miami Dolphins. Kind of fitting. New York takes a lineman, Ryan Ramczyk. It's pretty standard. Oakland takes Jabril Peppers. I think they need a massive youth infusion in that secondary. Reggie Nelson is going to be 35 or 34 years old next year. Sean Smith's getting up there in age. I think Jabril can bring a lot to that secondary and a lot to that defense. So, yeah, I got Jabril going to the Oakland Raiders. Houston, I have Zach Cunningham going. I think Zach's the best coverage linebacker in this draft, and the Houston Texans need a good coverage linebacker. Brian Cushing's a very good player. He's getting a little bit older. He's got a little bit of injury history to him, too. So, Zach Cunningham goes down to Houston. Seattle gets Forrest Lamp. Seattle needs offensive line more specifically, and they get probably the best guard in this draft. Kansas City, I got them taking Montravius Adams. I don't think that the Chiefs are going to be able to retain Donatari Poe if they're going to keep Eric Berry, so they're going to need another 0 or 1 tech. Montravius Adams is the man here. Dallas, I got them taking Taco Charlton. All right. Dallas needs an edge rusher super, super badly. Taco Charlton, he's not necessarily an edge rusher, but I think that he can play the 4-3 defensive end position and be better than everyone else on that edge, right, that they have so far. Green Bay, they take McCaffrey. I feel like that's pretty standard. The Steelers go cornerback here. Most people have him taking edge. Right, I saw Mel Kiper had him taking an edge player. I think McShay had him taking an edge rusher too. But you saw in the playoffs, the Steelers secondary got exposed like crazy badly by Tom Brady, and I think that Quincy Wilson, if he's there, totally, undoubtedly goes to the Steelers. Right, I think that they jump on that opportunity to get a long, lanky playmaker like Quincy Wilson. Atlanta, they get Tack McKinley from UCLA. They need another edge rusher besides Vic Beasley. Dwight Freeney was their other best edge rusher. He's, almost 40. And the Patriots, this is going to be a little bit surprising. Patriots go Cooper Kupp, Eastern Washington. I really like Cooper Kupp, man. I don't know what people are sleeping on with this kid, but Cooper Kupp is a really good wide receiver. Plus, he's white. You know how much Bill likes those white boys? And that's going to actually conclude it. I did not keep it under 10 minutes, I don't think. Fuck it, I'll cut it up in editing or something. But this is Sports Looks 2017 pre-combine mock draft. And I'll see you later.